Dear students, good afternoon to all. Hope you all are fine. We are continuing with the topic human female reproductive system. We have described some of the parts of it. Now we are going to describe other parts which include uterus, vagina, etc. Uterus. Uterus is also called metra, hystera, or womb. Uterus is a hollow, muscular, inverted pear-shaped structure. It lies in the pelvic cavity between the urinary bladder and rectum. The size of empty uterus is 7.5 cm in length, 5 cm in breadth, and 2.5 cm in thickness. The wall of uterus is thick and muscular. It is differentiated into three layers of tissues. These three layers include the perimetrium, the myometrium, and the endometrium. The perimetrium, it is the outer thin covering of peritoneum. Myometrium, it is the middle thick layer of smooth muscle fibers. The endometrium is the inner glandular layer that lies the uterine cavity. It undergoes cyclic changes. Uterus comprises of three parts. Number A, funds. Number B, body or corpus. Number C, cervix. Funds. The upper dome-shaped region of the uterus, it lies above the level of entry of oviducts. B part, body or corpus. It is the main part of the uterus which is broad towards the fundus and narrows down towards the cervix. The regions of entry of oviducts are upper corners of the uterine body are called coronua, singular coronu. Third part, that is cervix. It is the part which joins the anterior wall of vagina and opens into it. Its cavity is called cervical canal. It has two openings, internal os by which it communicates with the body of the uterus and external os or orifice by which it opens into vagina. Now, the functions of uterus. Its functions include the embryo gets attached to the uterine wall and is nurtured and protected during the gestation period. The labor pain or the labor begins and concludes by childbirth. Now, the next part of female reproductive system is the vagina. Vagina is an elastic muscular tube of about 8 to 10 centimeter length or 8 to 10 centimeters long. Vagina extends from the cervix to the outside of the body. The opening of vagina is called the vaginal orifice or vaginal opening. Vaginal opening is partially covered in virgins by a perforated membrane called hymen. Hymen often gets ruptured during hard physical exercise, jolt, fall, or vaginal plug. In some, hymen persists after coitus, so its presence or absence is not a reliable proof of virginity or sexual experience. Vaginal wall has three coatings: inner mucosa, middle muscular, and outer adventitia. Now, the functions of vagina. It acts as a passageway for the menstrual flow. It serves as a receptacle for the penis during intercourse. It also acts as a birth canal. Now, next part of female reproductive system is external genitalia or vulva. External structures associated with the passage of female genital tract are collectively called the vulva. These consists of the following structures. These include mons pubis or mons veneris, clitoris, labia majora or singular is labium majus or greater lips. Number next part is labia minora, singular is labium minus or lesser lips. And fifth part is that is perineum. Now mons pubis. It is the interiormost portion. It is actually a cushion of fatty tissue covered by skin and pubic hair. Now clitoris. Clitoris, it is a tiny finger-like sensitive and erectile structure and lies posterior to mons pubis. It is homologous to glans pens of male. It contains two erectile tissues similar to corpora cavernosa of penis. Now labia majora or singular is labium majus or greater lips. Labia majora is a pair of large, thicker, fleshy folds of skin, partly covered by pubic hair, contain large number of sebaceous or oil glands. Labia majora is homologous to the scrotum of male. Now labia minora or singular is labium minus or lesser lips. These are a pair of smaller, narrow, fleshy folds of skin which lie under the labia majora. Labia minora are homologous to penile urethra. Also contain numerous sebaceous glands. The area between the labia minora is called the vestibule. Vestibule is homologous to membranous urethra of male. Now the fifth part is perineum. It is the area which extends from the foresheet to the uns. Now other parts of female reproduction are glands or simply they are vestibular glands. There are two types. These are of two types: greater vestibular glands and lesser vestibular glands. Greater vestibular glands, also called as Bartholin's glands. These are a pair of small reddish yellow glands, one on each side of the vaginal orifice. These are homologous to bulbourethral or Cowper's glands of male. Their secretion is alkaline, thick, and viscid. It supplements lubrication during sexual intercourse and also neutralizes urinary acidity. Now, lesser vestibular glands. They are also called paraurethral glands or glands of skin. These are small mucous glands present between the urethral and vaginal orifices. These are homologous to the male prostate glands and secrete mucus. Now, the seventh part of human female reproductive system, these are the mammary glands or the breasts. Mammary glands are milk producing modified sweat glands, occur inside two rounded thoracic prominences called breasts. Externally, each breast has a projection, the nipple surrounded by a circular pigmented area of skin, deep pink to light brown, called areola. On the surface of areola, there are numerous sebaceous glands called areolar glands. Internally, the breast consists of number one, the glandular tissue forming mammary glands, the fibrous tissue, which is the connective tissue, the fatty tissue or adipose tissue, the glandular tissue. It comprises of about 15 to 20 mammary lobes in each breast. Each lobe is made up of a number of grape like clusters of milk secreting structures called the alveoli. Milk produced in alveoli passes into the mammary tubules and then into the mammary ducts. Near the nipple, mammary ducts expand to form mammary ampullae, which are also called lactiferous sinuses, where some milk may be stored before going to lactiferous ducts. The fibrous tissue or the connective tissue. It supports the alveoli and the ducts. The fatty tissue or the adipose tissue. It is found between the lobes and covers the surface of the gland. Amount of adipose tissue determines the size of the breasts. Now the function is main function is the secretion and ejection of milk, that is the lactation. Now second function, milk production is stimulated by the hormone prolactin, which is secreted by the anterior lobe of pituitary gland, and ejection of milk is stimulated by the hormone oxytocin, which is secreted by the posterior lobe of pituitary gland. Thanks.